Greetings, boys and girls. It is now time for Reader's Workshop. We're having fun learning reading today. Reading today is fun. We learn from our success. We learn from everyone. We're having fun learning reading today. Reading today is fun. We learn from our success. We learn from everyone. We're learning to think. Think today. Thinking today is fun. Thinking helps solve problems. Solving problems helps everyone. We're learning to think. Think today. Thinking today is fun. Thinking helps us solve problems. Solving problems helps everyone. Can you help me read our learning target today? I can compare and contrast nonfiction text. Remember, fiction is fake. That means fiction texts are texts that are made up. They're not true. Nonfiction means not fake or real. Nonfiction texts teach or give you information about real things. Compare means to show how two things are the same. And contrast means to show how they're different. Can you compare and contrast these pictures? Pause the video and compare and contrast them. Welcome back. Let's compare the pictures together. Did you say that both pictures had animals in them? Did you say that both pictures had water in them? Did you say that both pictures show the animals moving quickly? Great job. Let's contrast these pictures. Did you say that one picture was of a shark and the other picture was of a cheetah? Did you say that one picture the animal had fins and in the other picture the animal had legs and feet? Did you say that in one picture the animal was swimming in the ocean and in the other picture the animal was running near a body of water or a lake? Great job, boys and girls. Now it's time to compare and contrast two nonfiction texts. I will read the first text with you, and I will highlight some of the key details or most important parts. Then you will read the second passage on your own, picking out the most important parts and writing them down on your own Venn diagram. Remember, a Venn diagram is two circles that overlap. Here we go. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Have you ever wondered where your water bottle goes after you throw it in the trash? A plastic bottle, along with many other pieces of trash, cannot break down. They are left on the earth forever. All of your trash is taken to a place called a landfill. A landfill is where garbage is buried in the ground. Landfills are not good for our environment. They have dangerous gases and chemicals harmful to our health and animals. So how can you help? You can practice the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. To reduce the trash, buy only what you need. Also, buy products that can break down easily when they are thrown out. To reuse, instead of throwing out your winter jacket that doesn't fit anymore, give it to someone in need. Finally, recycle. Organize your trash in categories like paper, plastic, glass, and metal. Bring these materials to your local recycling center. Recycling will reduce the amount of trash going into landfills. This will help our planet. Okay, boys and girls, let's go through the article and decide what the most important parts are, or the key details. First, we learned that plastic bottles, along with many other pieces of trash, cannot break down. We also learned that trash is taken to a place called a landfill. We learned that garbage is buried in the ground at a landfill. We learned that landfills are not good for our environment because they have dangerous gases and harmful chemicals that harm our health and animals. We also learned that we can help by practicing the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, boys and girls, now it's time to put in this information onto our graphic organizer, the Venn diagram. In the article, Reduce, Reuse, and Recycle, we learned that trash cannot break down. Trash is taken to a landfill and buried. Landfills hurt animals and humans. Landfills are not good for our environment. Landfills have dangerous gases and chemicals. And we can help by using the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle. Great job, boys and girls. Now it's time for you to read the next passage on your own. Read the title and the passage, and using your own paper and pencil with your Venn diagram, write down the most important points that you learned. Pause the video and have fun. Welcome back, boys and girls. At this time, I'm going to reread the article with you, and then we'll highlight key ideas or details and write them in on the Venn diagram. And you can check your answers with mine to see how many we have that match. Landfills, destroying our environment. So much of our planet's trash ends up sitting in a landfill. A landfill is a place where garbage is thrown out and buried in the ground. Sounds like a good plan, right? Wrong. Landfills are a quick fix on where to put our trash, but many bad things happen in landfills. First, a landfill is very harmful to animals. Landfills are usually built right on top of animal homes. Many animals are kicked out of their homes and can get very sick from the chemicals. Second, landfills are very stinky. Think about how your one garbage bag smells as you put it into the dumpster. Now, imagine millions of those bags all together. To eliminate the smell, plastic covers are put on top of layers of trash. While this may cut the smell, it also creates a harmful gas that goes into the air we breathe. If more people start recycling, then there will be less trash going into landfills. By recycling products like paper, plastic, glass, and metal, you can help save our planet. All right, boys and girls, let's see what we should highlight. In the second passage, Landfills, Destroying Our Environment, we also learned that a landfill is a place where garbage is thrown out and buried in the ground. We learned that A landfill is very harmful to animals because it's built right on top of animal homes. We learned that they can get very sick from those chemicals from the landfill. We also learned that landfills are very stinky. To eliminate the smell of the stinky landfill, plastic covers are put on top of the trash. But this creates a harmful gas that goes into the air that we breathe. Finally, we learned that if more people start recycling, then there would be less trash going into the landfills. Were those some of the same key points that you wrote about on your Venn diagram, boys and girls? Great job. This is what your Venn diagram should look like so far. Here, on the right side of the Venn diagram, under landfills destroying our environment, we have trash goes into a landfill. A landfill is where trash is buried in the ground. Landfills are harmful to animals. Landfills destroy animal homes. Landfills are stinky. Plastic covers the landfill, which causes harmful gases. And if we recycle, then we'll use less landfills. Let's highlight what matches on both sides of the Venn diagram. In reduce, reuse, and recycle, we learned that trash is taken to a landfill and buried. Here, we learned that landfill is where trash is buried in the ground, so that matches. We also learned that landfills hurt humans and animals in the first article. And in the second article, we learned that landfills are harmful to animals. In the first article, we learned that landfills have dangerous gases and chemicals. In the second article, we learned that plastic covers the landfill, which causes harmful gases. Now, boys and girls, let's write down what both articles have in common in the middle of our Venn diagram. Trash is taken and buried in a landfill. Landfills cause harmful gases and chemicals. And finally, landfills hurt humans and animals. All right, boys and girls. Now it's time to take the information we've written and turn it into a paragraph. Remember, first we're going to talk about the main idea or the main topic for both passages. Then we'll talk about how the passages were the same and how the passages were different. We'll compare and contrast them. So pause the video, use this information to write your short paragraph, and then join me when you're finished. Have fun! All right, boys and girls, your paragraph may look something like this. Remember, you can pick different things that we wrote on our Venn diagram as long as you write how the two passages were alike and one or 2 points about how they were different. Here's my paragraph. The main topic of both passages was about landfills. The passages were the same because they both talked about landfills being an area of land where trash is buried. They also talked about how landfills are harmful to animals and humans. The passages were different because the first passage talked about how some trash does not break down, and the second passage talked about landfills being stinky and how they are covered with plastic to stop the bad smell. Boys and girls, I wrote the comparison sentences in green to show how the passages were the same, and the contrasting sentences in red to show how the passages were different, using the Venn diagram information. Let's review what we've learned today. We've learned that nonfiction texts are real. They're not fake, and they teach or give information or explain real things. We also learned that we can compare and contrast while we're reading. Compare means to show how things are the same, and contrast means to show how things are different. Boys and girls, now it's time to have fun reading on your own. You may read your Just Right books for at least 20 minutes and a book response. Remember, you can talk about the moral of the story, something you liked about the story, and why you liked it, or something you didn't like about your story and why you didn't like it. You can also write a summary of your story or your book with someone wanted but so then. After that, you can continue to read using Headsprout Online. Remember, the link is on Mrs. Hefner's blog along with your username and password. Have fun reading!